If you spend a lot of time doing discovery calls but they're not converting into sales, this video will show you where your leaks are. Most people think that sales calls are about pitching yourself, but that's the number one way to lose the deal. Over the last 13 years, I've sold everything from cosmetics and retail to multi-thousand-dollar renovation projects. Today, I help entrepreneurs from international speakers to award-winning creatives package their expertise, close high-ticket clients, and scale to 5- and 6-figure launches. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly step-by-step how to do a discovery call, what to do before the call, the exact 3-step structure to follow during the call, and what to do after to lock in the deal. So this way, you'll never walk into a sales call feeling lost again. And even if you blank out, you always have a guide to fall back on. So if you want to identify exactly what you're not doing right and convert those calls into sales, then keep watching. Part 1. Before the call. You don't want to miss this step because nearly 70% of the buyer's journey is already complete even before they get on a call with you. Most people don't realize this, but one of the things that determine the outcome of your call is not actually the call itself. The real game starts earlier. It's the perception that your prospect already has of you. Do they see you as a person with answers? Do they see that you're a leader? Or do they sense pick-me energy even before you open your mouth? So before you get on your call, here are 4 things you want to have locked in. Firstly, they should have already gotten value from you. Maybe it was a DM exchange, a workshop, a free download, or even meeting you in person. They should feel that you've already given them a win even before speaking one-on-one. Next, it should feel like a golden chance to talk to you. You don't want to give off pick-me energy, and you don't want to make them feel like, oh, anyone can book me anytime because I'm always available. They should feel qualified to even be there. That might mean that you limit your calls to 30 to 45 minutes, or ask them to fill out an application before even getting on a call with you. Then, you really want to lead from the start. Send one short reminder just 2 hours beforehand. Keep it short and sweet. Something like, hey, I'm looking forward to our call in 2 hours, and here's the Zoom link again. Always include the time and the location because people always mix it up. Being clear sets the tone that you're the leader and they can just show up and take your lead. Finally, and this part is so important, do your research. I know you've heard this before, but here's why it matters. I spend 10 minutes just before each call looking over their social media, application form, or anything they've shared. When I do this, I would be able to reference something specific to them during the call. It really shows that I care about our time together. It makes the conversation feel more personal, never generic. And here's the thing, research shows that even 10 minutes of research can boost your success rates by up to 70%. So think about that, because the difference between a maybe and a yes could come from that 10 minutes that you invest. If you skip this prep, you're already fighting an uphill battle. But if you get it right, you walk into that call with the kind of authority and trust that makes closing feel so natural, and that's crucial. So once this foundation is in place, then the real call begins. Most people wing it and hope for the best. But I'm gonna give you the 3-step structure that makes the conversation flow so naturally. And it's gonna keep you from blanking out or rambling from anxiety. The next part we're gonna talk about is during the call. So the 3 parts are setting up the call, asking the right questions, and making your offer. So firstly, setting up the call. This part is important because how you start determines the energy for the rest of your call. You could skip straight to your pitch, but that's the fastest way to kill your sales. People don't want to feel sold to. They want to feel guided so they can make their own decisions. So you start by building rapport and you keep it really short and intentional. Just a couple of lines like, how are you feeling today? Or what's going well for you right now? Then you want to set the frame right away. So in my case, I usually say, so we have 30 minutes today. I'll ask you some questions to see where you are now and where you want to be, and our goal at the end is to see what's working, what's not, and I'll give you at least one action step that you can implement right away. Then here you want to pause and let them respond, and usually they say yes. Then you want to continue by saying, And if it feels aligned for me to support you and help you close those gaps, I will share with you possible ways of working together. Sounds good? And again, here you pause and give them space to respond. They usually say, yep, sounds good. What this does is that it keeps your intention really transparent, and you tell them exactly what you're gonna do and what they're gonna get in 30 minutes. They know what to expect, they know you're going to make an offer, and they feel safe because they know that this is not a hard sell ambush. And once the stage is set, this is where the heart of the call begins. Asking the right questions. The fastest way to lose a call is to talk more than you listen. The smartest way to win is to ask the right questions because it gives you a roadmap of the client's journey from A to B. Without this roadmap, you're basically guessing what they need. And nothing kills trust faster than guessing. When you ask the right questions, two things happen. You understand them deeply and they feel understood. So here are the 3 things you need to uncover: where they are now, their current situation, and how long they've been stuck there for. Where they want to be in 3 to 6 months. Help them picture a more successful version of themselves. What's keeping them stuck? What kind of support they need, and what they're missing. And once you have these 3 points, you're no longer lost. You have a clear roadmap of their journey. But here's the catch. It's not just about plainly asking the right questions. It's about creating a space where they feel safe to be truthful and vulnerable. If they don't feel safe, they'll give you surface level answers and you'll miss the real story. I go deeper into this in another video where I teach you how to ask strategic questions and create that safety that is needed in the calls. You can find this video here. So once they've shared those 3 points with you, you're gonna summarize back everything they said. That reflection builds trust and it proves that you were listening. And when they hear it summarized, they're gonna agree with you, or if something's missing, they're gonna correct you. And that deepens the clarity even more. When you guide the call with the right questions, you get clarity, they feel heard, and suddenly, you're not just a salesperson. You become their trusted advisor, the leader that sees their path forward. All up to this point, it's about building trust and rapport. And now that that's done, you've earned yourself the right to make an offer. And I'll show you how to do it without sounding pushy. Okay, so this is the moment where most people get nervous. They begin sweating, their voice shakes, and they start rambling because in their head, this is the sales part. And that pressure makes them turn the entire call into one long pitch about themselves. But here's the truth. If you've done the first 2 steps right, this part is actually the easiest. Making the offer is only about 20% of the call. The other 80% was about listening, asking the right questions, and showing that you understand. That's where the trust was built. And when trust is there, selling just doesn't feel like selling anymore. It just feels like the natural next step. So here's how I do it. I ask them, would you like me to share with you possible ways of working together? Most of the time, they'll say yes. Then you present your offers clearly. And when you mention your price, zip and shut your mouth. Don't be rambling here justifying your prices. Just zip it. I usually have more than one offer. So I will close by saying which one of these feel like a more supportive option for you. Notice that I'm not robotic about it. I mirror their language. If they're a friend, speak to them like a friend. The point here is to be human. If everything was scripted, we wouldn't need you. We would just need your AI clone. Now, best case scenario, they pick one offer and you send the payment link right away during the call. If it's a custom package, of course, then you'll need to send your contract or invoice after the call. So if you can't collect payment immediately, lock in the next step right away. Schedule your next call or your next appointment, whatever the next step is, assuming that now they're already on board. Never leave it open-ended. Then, yay, celebrate with them. Tell them that you're excited to work with them, to go on this journey with them, because this is the start of their transformation. Making an offer is never about pressure. It's about alignment. By saving it for the end, after you've truly understood them, this no longer becomes a sale. It's an invitation, and it's one that feels natural, respectful, and easy to say yes to. So what happens if they don't pick an offer? What if they say, let me think about it, or I'm not really sure at this point? Here is a bonus tip for you. Give them one action step that they can implement right away. Think of it like a gift. Something small, simple, but powerful. Something that when they implement will actually help them in the problem that they sought you out for. Because yes, you're here to make sales, but you also love your craft and you want to help people. You don't have to wait for them to pay you to give some value. In 30 minutes, if you've done the steps right, you already understand their journey and you can offer them something immediately. And trust me, they will remember you. And even if it's a no right now, it doesn't mean it's a no forever. But here's the thing, it doesn't end when you hang up. What you do immediately after the call often decides if the yes sticks or slips away. I created an online workshop called Pitch Please. Think of it like a sales gym where you get to practice selling and test your offers before meeting real clients. And the best part? It's completely free. Just click the link in the description to join our WhatsApp community. Finally, after the call. So the call's over. Now what? This is the part where most people get lazy. But what you do immediately after the call is just as important as what you said on it. For example, if a payment isn't finalized yet or a contract needs to be sent, do it within 15 to 30 minutes max. Don't drag it out. And as soon as you've done it, send them a WhatsApp or a DM that says, hey, I've sent the details over to your email, excited to get this locked in with you. The short follow-up shows 3 things. That they're a priority, you're excited about working with them, and you're professional enough to keep the momentum while the iron's hot. So don't let the energy die. Nothing kills a sale faster than silence. So always leave a buffer between calls to send your documents and reset before moving on to your next prospect. So that's it, the complete beginner strategy for running a sales call. Before the call, run the call with structure, set up, asking the right questions, making an offer, and then finally you finish strong with a fast follow-up. When you master this, sales calls stop feeling like pressure. It becomes so fun and so natural. But this is only one piece, because even if you run the perfect call, the moment someone says, let me think about it, you'll lose them. Unless you know exactly what to do next. So in my next video, I'm going to show you how to handle objections without sounding pushy. Click here to watch that now before you take another sales call.